We just looked at a simple example where we bound a single tag directly to the replay controller and had a toggle button on the same screen to move between real-time and replay mode. However, in many applications, you'll want to replay every device on the screen, and it would be inefficient to bind every single device to a controller. In this example, I'll show you how to dynamically implement the replay controller by building it into a template. So before we start, I'm going to create two client tags that will be bound to the replay controller in the template: replay mode and replay time. So replay mode is just a Boolean that determines when the component shows real-time or historical data. And the next is replay time. And this is just going to be a date that determines the time in history that the data is queried. So these client tags will allow us to define the state of replay in one place, and we can then develop a more advanced interface without having to worry about property bindings. So I'm just going to bind the toggle button to the replay mode client tag I just made, and I'm going to bind replay time to the drop-down date and the time slider time. So now I'm going to create my template. So I'll create a new template, and I'm going to call it Real. And then I'm going to drag out a numeric display to my template area. Okay, now I'm going to create two custom properties. So the first will be a template parameter called tag path. And this will appear on each template instance and will allow each instance to be configured with any real value tag. And next is an internal property called replay mode. And this is just going to make bindings within the template easier to follow. Okay, so I'm going to bind replay mode to my replay mode client tag that I just made. And now I'm going to bring a replay controller into the template and set that up. So again, replay mode client tag is going to be bound to the enabled property of the replay controller. And replay time client tag will be bound to the replay time. And now I just need to set up my tag pens. So first I click on that dataset viewer and I add a row. And I'm going to call this tag history value. And the data type is a float. And the tag path needs to be bound to the custom property tag path. So to do that, I'm going to use a cell update. So I'm going to go to that binding, select cell update, click on tag path, and add a cell binding. And here we can dynamically update the tag path field with our tag path template parameter. Okay, so again we've created a custom property called history value, which will be the history for whatever tag we put in the tag path field. And last, we'll just need to write an expression for the numeric value. So if we're in replay mode, then I want to look at the historical value. So I go to the replay controller and choose my history value. And if we're not in replay mode, then I just want to look at the real-time value of whatever tag is pasted into the tag path parameter. Okay, so now I've created a template. So I'm going to drag a few instances of that template to the screen, and we'll bind each of these to a different tag. So I'll just copy this tag path, paste it in the tag path parameter, and I'll make this one a different tag, ramp1, and we'll make this one ramp2. Okay, so now I just need to save and publish, and we'll look at a client. Okay, so here we show the real-time value of each of these tags. Then if I go into replay mode, we can see that every instance of the template will replay.